What up, nation? Welcome to another edition of the Wise Take MLB DFS Wise Stream. CK013 here. You can find me on Twitter at CK_013. Joined as always by the GOAT, the true OG. Many of you know as Paulie D. You can find him on Twitter at Paulie with 8 Ds. Paulie, what's happening?
What's happening, man?
Nothing, man. Another day, another dollar. You know, I'm starting to get spoiled with having football. Even the showdown, man. I get a little thrill. I'm starting to get spoiled having football and baseball to sweat, to get down, you know, with the hood team, you know. But today's just baseball. But the positive is it's actually a decent slate. It's like kind of weird, but that's kind of cool.
Yep, kind of weird, kind of cool. That's what she said about.
Yeah, that's what she said about you know. But yeah, I think anytime you have Zach Davies as the highest, priced pitcher,
that right there, that was it.
You know, then
Zach Davies, top stud on the slate. And I'm using him.
Oh yeah,
I'm using him at a principle.
That's when you know that it's a funky slate. On FanDuel, one of the highest priced pitchers is Brady Singer. He's like 9.2 over there, while he's 6.9 on DraftKings. So wild, man. Wild times we live in, man. It's been a wild year. Wild portion of the season. But you know what? As long as we got the nation, we will continue to do die dirty everywhere we go. So shout out to the nation. Hit the like button, guys. Appreciate those of you in here. Shout out to Wig on the enthusiasm. Long time Wise Take Nation member Wig. Saying, let's go. Let's go. Old school, let's go. My fives. With that said, Paulie, we'll go ahead and jump in. We'll start with pitching. Talk to me about Davies. Are you going to spend up for anyone? I know you mentioned you're going to use some Davies, but where you at?
Yeah, I'm right here, dog.
Right here, though?
I'm going to use Davies. I'm right here, dog. I'm going to use Davies. I'll use some chalk-ass Framber. I'll definitely use Blake Snell. That's it up top. I like them all. You know, the offenses that I like, some are very cheap, some are quite expensive. So I'm pretty much just unchecking the guys that I don't want to use at pitcher. I'll probably, when we get to the end, I'll tell you how many are left. I'm going to do this in live. Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, but I can get pitchers up top. I get pitchers below because there are 3 offenses I plan to use, and one's in the middle, one's expensive, one's cheap. So I'll kind of get a mix of both. That's it.
So enough. Yeah, I think Davies, I'm gonna work in just because he's been consistently decent, and there's a possibility that all these expensive guys are just mediocre. So why not just hope one of them busts? So I'll have a little bit, but you know,
right? The Padres pitching staff, they're all fucking good, right? I think it starts at the top. Pitching coach, he's got these guys, you know, exceeding their, you know, abilities or whatnot. They're going to be a team that's going to be tough to beat in the playoffs. Every pitcher in their staff is good, including Zach Davies, the park, the fact that they're always fucking scoring runs. Like, he's pretty much consistently just dropped 20s, you know, for as long as this 2-month season has been going on, with a couple of hiccups. But the matchup's good. The team he's playing's got nothing to play for. It makes sense, you know, and the park is glorious.
Agreed. But I do find it pretty crazy that Blake Snell is on this slate in comparison to Framber Valdez and Zach Davies. Now, I understand this season's been weird. Blake Snell hasn't really had a ton of games where he was able to kind of get let loose. In fact, his most recent start, he only threw 70-something pitches. But it's just strange to me. I mean, I'm not saying he's going to be low owned. He's going to be owned. But it's strange to me that so many more people are willing to play Framber Valdez in tournaments. I'm talking. I would trust Framber more for cash, to be clear, because of the opponent, right? Like the Mets are like 20-something in strikeouts and all this. But for the strikeout upside, we're talking about ceilings. Like, who do you expect to hit the ceiling more often? It's going to be Snell. So I'm going to take some shots with Snell. I will work in some Davies. Framber's the one that's like, he feels kind of safe, like he does. But that makes me nervous because when everybody thinks the one guy is super safe, you know, and I hate to think that way, but I don't know. I think this Seattle team is a little different than the one he saw before. That's not to say that it's any better, but there's a lot more righties. You know, I don't know, but I'll have some Framber, but I think I'm gonna go higher on Snell when I do pay up, which I don't even think you have to pay up, right?
No.
Talk dirty in the mid tier, brah.
All right. So I think Drew Smiley's looked really good since coming back. I don't particularly like this matchup that much. He hasn't gone more than 4 innings, but the strikeouts have been electric, and the Rockies do strike out. Arenado went on the DL yesterday, so, their offense took a humongous hit, considering they only had about 3 good hitters. Now they only got 2. Nope, nope. Brady Singer. This guy's been electric. Last 2 starts against Cleveland and Detroit, he's given up a total of 3 hits over 14 innings and 16 Ks with 2 victories. And St. Louis is mostly right-handed. I have not seen their lineup today. Maybe they went with that 4 lefties like they did yesterday, but still not very good. This kid looks legit. I'd be interested. I'm sure he's going to be popular. Actually, I'm seeing him as extremely unpopular, which is interesting.
I was thinking in my head, I was like, when do you see his ownership? How low it is.
Yeah, that's crazy. People are going to pitch Seth Lugo, give up 7 home runs over him. Anyway, that's it. Down to Brady Singer.
Yeah, I like Drew Smiley in tournaments. He's like, this is only his 3rd start since getting hurt again. But in the first start, I think he threw like 50. Second start was around 70. So I'm assuming he goes 80, 90. This guy's strikeout stuff has been nasty. Now, the Rockies aren't striking out a ton, but they haven't exactly been good either, especially on the road. So I have some interest in Smiley at his where he's cheap. Seth Lugo, I'm cool with in cash games. I'm okay with getting some exposure in tournaments, but it is kind of strange that he's projected to be so popular right after a week where he was and he got hammered. I will say this though, like this is a little different of a matchup. Philly is like one of the hardest teams in the league to strike out. Tampa not so much. I think they're like 5th in strikeouts to righties. So I think we could see something like expect him to give us some runs because as Tampa's got a lot of lefties, they got some swingers. Expect him to give us some runs. Just a matter of how many strikeouts you think he gets before the dirty's done to him. But I like Brady Singer the most in this range also. I fucking wrote the article and I completely I thought I had him in, but I went to the guy above him in price and then below him in price, and then when I went back to read it before the show, I realized that I fucking didn't even mention him. And because on FanDuel he was expensive and DraftKings he wasn't, so I was like, where do I put him? So I simply put him in the value section for DraftKings because that's the only place I would play him anyway. I wouldn't pay 9.2 for him. I'd feel uncomfortable with that on FanDuel. But on DraftKings, it's 6.9. That seems like you're getting a pretty good deal. St. Louis has been awful, man. They've been terrible. They've been really, really. I know because I stacked them yesterday and it was pretty pathetic. So, good pitching park. We've seen some reverse line movement go in towards Kansas City. The total kind of dropping. Looks funky. I like it. What about value?
There's not much, in my opinion. The only guy I've got any interest in, and I'm worried about how deep he'll go, is Austin Gomber. He's 5,600. Supposedly, they're supposed to let him go somewhere between 50 and 70 pitches. He can strike a lot of guys out. He's a good pitcher in their bullpen. That's kind of getting forced into a starting role here. And it's against Kansas City. So he's the only value guy I really would take much stabs at. I can see the merit in Keegan Aiken too.
Yep, I think Aiken's okay. I have him in the pool, but kind of barely. Boston, a little bit of a different team, but there's winds blowing in from right field a little bit, like some pretty strong winds in Boston. Keegan Aiken has massive strikeout stuff. This is a walk issue. If you look at Boston's numbers this year, they're not taking walks, and they are striking out a pretty good amount in terms of their actual lineup. So I'm fine. I'm fine with taking some shots on him. I think Steven Brault's okay. He's coming off of a complete game. That worries me a little bit. He threw 110 pitches. He hasn't thrown that many pitches, I don't know, ever this year. So that worries me a little bit. But he had shown streaks. I was actually real pissed that I missed that in his last start because he'd shown a lot of positive signs that he was trending in that direction. And, I didn't pull the trigger, so I feel weird hopping on now. But I guess you can consider him. The last guy I'll mention, and it's a weird situation, but Caleb Smith, and this is only if you really don't like pitching and you're just willing to punt the position. He hasn't been good, but he's playing the Rangers, which apparently you don't need to be good to be in play against the Rangers. and he should go. They have him listed as an opener. That's just because I don't think they're going to pitch him more than 3 innings. Like, for what? They're not playing for anything. They just got this guy. But I do think he will go at least 3 innings, and he's got some strikeout potential, despite the fact that he's been kind of bad. He's still got the strikeout stuff. So if you're just looking for like a quick 12 to 15, there's no ceiling. So you're not playing him looking for ceiling, right? If you're looking for a quick 12 to 15 because you think all the other pitching options suck, and you'd rather get dirty with the bats, then okay. But I do like the Kansas City do quite a bit, and shuffling them around with some people, getting different. Yeah, get different. Paulie D, talk to me about the bats.
3 bats. All right. It is, I'm sure everyone knows, we're going to continue to attack Jordan Lyles. This is probably my favorite one. It's going to be extremely low owned. No one's going to be playing Arizona. That is just an assumption, but I'm fairly confident I'm right in that. We're just going to do that. Whether it's a shitty opener, who they get to. But Arizona's very left-handed. That's where he struggles the most, although he has been a little reverse splitsy as well. And they've got some right-handers that can hit him too. They profile well against his fastball, curveball arsenal. And I think the dirty gets done to him with the roof open and the 100-degree weather. That's spot number 1. Spot number 2 is the Minnesota Twins, who profile extremely well against Screwball and his left-handed arsenal. And they're like healthy and coming, getting healthy at the right time. Going to make a playoff run here. Byron Buxton leading off in red fucking hot. Josh Donaldson, his peripherals say he's going to do the dirty any day now. There's no Nelson Cruz, but that's aight. We got E-Row, Miggy Sano, who's hot. Mitch Garver, who we really haven't seen much, but had a ton of power last year. Max Kepler, Marco Gonzalez is really good against lefties. So give me some Twins who have, kind of been cold as a team overall for a while, and the breakout could be today. And then the Dodgers against Frankie Montas, who's given up a couple home runs to start. This team just crushes right-handed pitching, and I expect them to be kind of low-owned today too, because the industry kind of thinks that Montas is, somewhat decent. So I will be going to war with those 3 offenses and those 3 offenses only, and that's all I got to say about that.
I like your style, bro. I do. I will say this: the D-backs are actually projecting to be fairly high owned. Mainly Ketel Marte and I think what's that guy's name? Dubon? Is that his name?
Dubon on the Giants.
No, there's someone else. He's like 3,100. He's cheap.
No,
I'm sorry, it's Verho. Oh, I was way up. It's Dalton Verho. That guy.
Yeah,
that guy. But. Yeah. I was very surprised to see that. I didn't think people would be too interested. I mean, nobody's been playing the D-backs, but I guess everybody's on to the Jordan Lyles thing at this point, or more people in the industry than I thought was. That sucks. But I still like them, don't get me wrong. I still like the D-backs and play a ton of D-backs. So I'll start with them. Love the D-backs against Lyles. Bad bullpen. 100 degrees. Paulie D said it. You heard it. Not going to repeat it. I like the Miami Marlins against this Bryce Wilson kid. This is basically going to be a bullpen game. This game, a little competitive, means a little something. Marlins are actually in the playoffs as of right now. If it were to end today, what a world. But decent park, an upgrade for them, in fact. And Bryce Wilson's been god-awful. He's been particularly bad to righties, which bodes well for Miami's mostly right-handed lineup. Though he has been a reliever this year, so I don't expect he'll pitch long. So it should be like a bullpenish game. Brady's bullpen's pretty good, but it's really the back end that's good, so I guess we'll see what kind of dirties. But I like the ownership that you should get on the Marlins to get different. Yeah, get different. I like the Padres against Griffin Canning, who's also been horrible. This Padres lineup, like you said, is built to win. It looks delightful. Tommy Pham is back. He's 3,700. I'm a little worried about Rust, but before he got hurt, he was stealing bases. Maybe that's why he got hurt, but he was stealing bases like constantly. So maybe they got to ease him into it. I don't know. But I do like the Padres against Canning. Canning has been awful this year. Just taking a huge step back. His xFIP, everything was just dirty style. Last team I'll talk about. And I'm a little nervous about this one because the total keeps going down, which makes me feel good about the pitcher I like. but not so much about the team. But I'm the Giants, man. They've been good to me. They're facing a lefty. It's like a rule for me. If they're against a lefty this year, I'm going to have some stacks of them. They've played well at home. They're literally the third highest WRC plus in the league against lefties. They have an ISO over 200 against lefties. Rockies bullpen is doo-doo. So even if it comes to that, I'm not terribly worried. So yeah, do it like dirties. It's a pretty big slate, and I think taking a stand is necessary. Would you say so?
Sounds good to me, man.
Necessary. Let me see. Time for some questions, comments, all the above. What up, nation? Hit the like button, man. I see a bunch. YouTube has not been recommending us very much, which is an issue for us. And you know what helps them recommend us? When you guys hit the like button, really, really helps us out. So please hit that like button. Those of you that already have, much appreciated. Shout out to Jeff, who knows the deal, already in there. Smash the like, but he already knows before the party starts. He's in there. He's that guy before the party starts. He's out there dishing out blunts to everybody. He's just there. He's got it. It's on. You know what I mean? With that said, Paulie, home runs, and then we'll do some questions.
David Peralta.
I'll go with Donovan Solano.
Donovan Solano home run call? That is bold.
Let's go.
What's he have on the year?
Let's go. He's got one more tonight. I'll tell you that. He's got one more tonight, son. Yeah.
Okay. Give me some of that. I'll go Byron Buxton.
I could dig it. Let's go with Manny Machado, man. Manny Machado.
Yeah. Like that. I'll take Cody Bell injured.
Oh, I see why Marte is going to be expensive. He's apparently $2,900. Is that right?
Yeah, because no one thought he was going to play today. He's been injured.
Yeah, $2,900. Holla! I won't go with him though. I will go with she. Right then, she. Okay. Cole Calhoun. There we go. That's some Cole Calhoun action. Is that 3?
That's nice.
Is that 3 or 2? That's 3. Let's go. That's 3. Let's see. Okay. Is it too cute to go Smiley and Singer? I don't think so, because I'm not that fond of the expensive guys.
That's right.
Like if we had like Cole, DeGrom, and like all these other dudes, then maybe, because we have a lot of offenses that are affordable. But we don't. We've got Framber Valdez. Well, I'm not trying to diss the man, but I mean, we're not going to compare him to like, the Garrett Coles of the worlds or anything like that. I mean, 9.9. Garrett Cole was 9.9 the last time I pitched him. Framber Valdez is 9.7 today. Again, not trying to diss, but yeah, I'm totally fine with going, we're paying down. What up, Chad? We're good to see you. Drew Smiley for all the money. I'm with you. Tall to God says Valdez 38%, Davies 2%. Holla.
I like Zach Davies today. Never thought I'd say that above 6K.
Chadwick Robinson says Lugo's velocity is down. He's gonna get ripped. Hey, you know what?
Hey. Probably will.
Holla at your boy. You see me in the streets. Velocity is the first sign that a pitcher has a problem. Straight up. Tall to God, I understand why Davies is so low. He's too expensive for my taste, and I'm a Padre fan. Shout out to you, bro. Padres look good. And yes, he's expensive, but again, low ownership on a slate where none of the pitching is actually stable. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. Like a bucket, indeed. MG. OGMG. Ketel Marte is 2,900 and Soler is 2,500. What the fuck? Yes. What the fuck is right. Matt Goulding says, love your work, lads. Appreciate it, Matt. Much appreciated.
Thanks, brother.
You know what? I'll bet you he hit the like button. He just got that vibe. You know what I mean? And even if he didn't, he got that vibe that he did.
Got that vibe anyway.
Chadwick, our boy Chadwick. Boston has packed it in. Yes, they look like they've packed it in for sure. Rightfully so, though. I mean, they look terrible all year. They packed it in when they got rid of Mookie, I think. I don't know. I think the whole team just didn't feel like playing anymore, it seemed. I mean, they lost Chris Sale. I mean, I get it. Cattell's Marte's ownership at 35%. Yep, holla. Price is crazy. Alex, you know what's funny is I'll bet you the D-backs wouldn't have had any attention if it wasn't for him. That's what sucks. Because not really too many other players are up there. We need Houston to go get those trash cans going again. Alex Diaz. Yeah. If you're going to play Houston, yeah, it sucks. Like last year, you feel like you had an edge. This year, you feel like, you don't know. You don't know. But on the road, fair is fair. Because they weren't really cheating on the road, right? Aaron Lambert says, thoughts on Snell? I like him for tournaments. I think he's got a big ceiling. I think he should be the highest owned pitcher on the slate, but he's not because of reasons I understand. His pitch count's been up and down. The Mets are a decent team. But he's still Blake Snell, so I'm good with him. Alex Diaz says, I can't stop stacking. I'm thinking this is the day. Fuck, he's talking about the Astros. That sucks, bro. I feel you, though.
It does.
Our boy Jeff says, I like Calhoun and Peralta. Yes, I'm liking them. Sleeping on Houston, Brantley, Tucker, Altuve. I don't mind Houston, man. That LJ dude, I think, had a lot of luck in his first few starts. He got beat up pretty bad last time out by the Giants. And that bullpen is the worst in the league. So I don't hate the Astros, I don't hate them. Week 3, what three Giants do you like? I like Longo, I like Flores, and Solano, who's going to hit one more home run today than he had before today.
Which was?
You tell me, bro. You know all the answers? You fucking tell me. How about that?
How about that?
Valdez on FanDuel, or should we pay down? I mean, I think it's a good way to get different, right, Paulie? I mean, listen, I'm fine with. I think he does fine. I don't think he's gonna do bad. What's that?
3.
Trey? That's how many home runs he's got? That's not bad for a 2-month season, bro. Just saying, bro.
It's not good.
No,
either.
It's not good. But it happens today, though.
He might home run today.
You,
you never
it's
fucking
gonna
know.
happen.
I mean, maybe for 2.
Maybe 2. 3 would be a stretch, but maybe 2.
Fucking straight. Never.
What are your thoughts on Valdez on FanDuel?
Fuck him. I don't like it.
That was harsh, but understood.
They tried to get with McCullers yesterday. I said fuck him, and it worked. He looked good early. The haters were out, and then it came back to haunt him.
That's it. Unraveled. Aaron Lambert says, I got notifications on, bro. Always fan. Appreciate it, Aaron. Yeah, those of you who aren't, please subscribe, hit the notifications bell. It really helps us out. We do a lot of free content on the channel, and we do it for y'all, so we appreciate a little bit of love back. Much appreciated, Aaron. Tony A, I got you guys. Hit the like button on the phone, computer. Keep doing it dirty. Much appreciated, Tony A, who's always dropping some factual knowledge on the nation in the YouTube chat. And then, Jeff, my one-off call is Stewart, which, by the way, I didn't mention it. I do actually think Baltimore's in play against Pivetta. I forgot to mention that, but, wind's blowing in kind of sucks. It's not, like, fully in. It's, like, kind of in-ish, but it's kind of strongish, too. And, but Pivetta, man, big-time home run dude. Big time. Last question, Aaron Lambert, favorite 4-man stack on FanDuel?
Favorite 4-man stack would be Walker, Peralta, Cole Calhoun, and Kettle Mart.
That's that dirty life right there. For Paulie D, for myself, the entire Wise Take Nation. As always, good luck.
Yeah.